Hey guys, hey, they're coming right now. A little high. Yeah, well.
You got a camera back here? Can you clear this?
Sure, yeah. Okay. Keep us moving.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. As we begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered today on the traditional territories of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. We recognize their enduring connection to this land and express our gratitude for the opportunity to gather here in their territories. As we honor our fallen firefighters, let us also honor the Indigenous stewards of this land who have cared for it for generations. It is with deep respect and appreciation that we welcome each of you here to the BC Fallen Firefighter Memorial Ceremony. Today we stand together to remember and pay tribute to the brave individuals who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their communities. To the families of the fallen, we extend our deepest sympathies and gratitude. Your loved ones' courage and commitment will never be forgotten, and their legacy lives on in the communities they serve. To the firefighters present today, we honor your dedication, resilience, and unwavering commitment to protecting lives and property. Your service is an inspiration to all. We're also privileged to be joined by the leadership of our province and many of our fire service leaders. Your presence today is a testament to the collective support and appreciation for the firefighting community across British Columbia. As we come together in remembrance, may this ceremony be a time of reflection, a time of unity, and a time of gratitude. Thank you for being here to honor and celebrate the lives and sacrifices of our fallen heroes. Please rise and join the band in singing "O Canada." For everyone else, I'll say, please be seated. We gather here today in solemn remembrance of those who have laid down their lives in service to their communities. We come with heavy hearts, yet we stand together in strength and unity, bound by the profound impact of these men and this woman that they've had on our lives, on our departments, our communities, and our province. Today, we honor their sacrifice, we acknowledge our grief, and we renew our commitment to carry on their legacy. Firefighting is a calling unlike any other, a vocation that demands courage, resilience, and unwavering dedication. Our fallen sister and brothers answered this call with hearts full of service, willingly stepping into danger to protect those in need. But even as they stood as protectors, they were not immune to the sometimes hidden dangers that come with this profession. Today we acknowledge the toll that firefighting takes physically, mentally, and emotionally. To the families of the fallen, there are no words sufficient to express our sorrow for your loss. Your loved ones are heroes. But we know that they were more than heroes to those who are family. We grieve with you, we honor them with you, we pledge to keep their memory alive. Their legacy lives on in the lives they touched, in the communities they protected, and the spirit of service they embodied. To the departments and communities left with an empty space that cannot be filled, know that their sacrifice will not be forgotten. We will speak their names. We will tell their stories. We will ensure that their dedication inspires generations to come. In times of loss, we look to sources beyond our physical experiences and find belief in something that is larger than us for comfort and strength. In the work I do with firefighters, these larger things are often found in nature, like this beautiful sun that's shining on us today, or like the vast forests or oceans, or waterfalls or trickling streams. They all point to something that's larger than ourselves. Today I'm reminded of a scripture that empowers us to keep these larger things in mind. The prophet Isaiah said, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." Well, this scripture may seem relevant as it references flame and fire. I did not choose it for that reason. I chose it because it is spoken in a voice to people who are vulnerable to forget that they are not alone. Even in our sorrow, we are not alone. In our moments of feeling isolated, may we hear the reminders that we truly are not alone. Even just today, look around us. May today serve as a reminder that we're surrounded by the love of our firefighting family, by the gratitude of a province that recognizes this sacrifice, and by the assurance that those we have lost are not forgotten. May we find hope in their example, strength in each other, and peace in knowing that their sacrifices were not in vain. May God bless and keep each of you, and may He hold our fallen heroes in His eternal embrace. It's now with a deep sense of gratitude that I invite the Honourable Raj Chauhan, Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of BC, for it is his office that has generously provided this time, this space, and even the support needed to create this monument here. So I'd like to invite the Honourable Speaker to come and say some words.
Thank you, Chaplain, for your remarks. It is my solemn honor to stand before you today as we gather for the BC Fallen Firefighters Memorial. We come together to pay tribute to the brave men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their community. Firefighters are the embodiment of courage and selflessness. When duty calls, they run towards the fire, putting themselves in harm's way to protect the lives of others. Their dedication, their bravery, and their sacrifice deserves our highest honor. Today, we remember those we have lost. We reflect on their unwavering commitment to public safety and their willingness to risk everything for the well-being of their fellow citizens. To the families, friends, and colleagues of the fallen, we extend our deepest condolences and our profound gratitude. Their legacy lives on in the lives they touched, in the community they safeguard, and in the hearts of those who loved them. I can tell you, I see my firefighters from both Burnaby and New Westminster, not only when they are there in front of the line fighting fires, protecting people, but actively participating at all aspects of our lives in our communities. I have seen them collecting millions of dollars for the cancer center, providing food to children in schools. It's just that kind of dedication and passion makes us really proud of all firefighters. This year, we are unveiling a plaque that specifically honors the work of wildland firefighters who endure incredibly challenging conditions to protect our forests, communities, and livelihoods. The increased ferocity of forest fires in past years has sadly claimed too many lives in British Columbia. Our communities and province rely on the work of wildland firefighters more than ever, and today we pay special tribute to their extraordinary bravery and sacrifice. Among those we honor is Devon Gale, a 19-year-old firefighter who tragically lost her life while responding to a wildfire near Revelstoke in July 2023. Her dedication, like that of so many others, serves as a reminder of the immense risks these heroes faced in their line of duty. It is inspiring to see hundreds of firefighters from across British Columbia, alongside families, dignitaries, and supporters, march through the streets of Victoria to be here today. Their presence is a testament to the strength and unity of the firefighting community. To all firefighters, past, present, and future, your service does not go unnoticed. Your sacrifices will never be forgotten. Today we stand together in honor, in remembrance, and in gratitude. Thank you.
The BC Professional Firefighters Association would like to warmly welcome the families of the wildland firefighters, especially Devon Gale's family. We're honored to have you here today. When BC Wildfire Services inquired about including Devon in this memorial, BC PFFA President Todd Trilling immediately connected with the Speaker of the House and to Devon's union, the BCGEU. The Executive Board of the BC PFFA unanimously agreed that wildland firefighters deserve a dedicated space to honor their fallen comrades. This monument that we have here is a public monument that symbolizes all firefighters, including the BC professional firefighters and also industrial and federal firefighters, volunteer firefighters, and today we will unveil a plaque honoring the wildland firefighters in British Columbia. For the unveiling, we've invited Devon Gale's brother and sister, and accompanied by our dignitaries for the unveiling. I encourage everyone to have a look at it later, but the words that are on the plaque read, "Wildland firefighters work in challenging conditions in service to all British Columbians." This memorial recognizes firefighters in British Columbia who have lost their lives fighting wildfires. Their sacrifices shall not be forgotten. I encourage you to have a look at it at a later time. It's now my privilege to invite Premier of British Columbia, David Eby, to say some words.
I was thinking about the role that the firefighters play in my home community, and the speaker in his remarks really hit the nail on the head. We see our firefighters so active in our community, supporting so many different community causes. The kids are always waving at you guys, saying hi. You always wave back, thank you. Sometimes you even flash the lights, that's a bonus. And one of the messages that gets delivered to our family by firefighters is check your smoke detectors, check your carbon monoxide detectors, be fire smart at the house. And I was thinking, what's that message about? It's about giving your family the time to run away from a fire. And it's easy to lose track of the fact that every one of the men and women who are here and who are not here, who serve in the fire service, they've got families too. And their families are watching their loved ones run towards the very fire that my family, and those of us who don't have firefighters in our family, are told to run away from. That's a hard thing. That is a huge sacrifice that those families make, sending you out to run towards the thing that you're telling everyone else to run away from. And I'm so honored to be a part of this ceremony and this memorial, and thank you, Mr. Speaker, for your continued work with firefighters to ensure that this sacrifice does not go unrecognized. This is a very special year for this memorial. The recognition of wildland firefighters as a key part of the firefighter community as a whole for the sacrifices that they make for British Columbians. As our summers get drier and hotter and the fires get bigger, the wildland firefighters who I've met, who work day in, day out, coming home soot-stained and exhausted, only to go back to the front line, really hit home when I met the Gale family in Revelstoke. This is a family that has wildland firefighting in their blood. It's hard to think of a family that, even before the awful tragedy involving Devon, could have given more to fight wildfires and keep British Columbians safe. To lose someone as remarkable as Devon, a nursing student, all the promise in the world, out there fighting fires. This is a small token to recognize the sacrifices that the Gale family has made. The Gale family is so well known for firefighting that they're called the Gale Force. When I was out in Revelstoke at the memorial, the stories about the Gale Force were inspirational as they were devastating. I'm so grateful to you, to the Gale family, for your work, and know that you are one family among tens of thousands in the province who see their loved ones charge into danger, danger that might show up that very day or years down the road. Your sacrifice is seen and appreciated by all British Columbians. May it ever be that. And thank you to those families who made the ultimate sacrifice for British Columbians, who've lost loved ones. Words will never be enough to make up for what your families have given up for us. Thank you for your sacrifice.
I'll ask BC PFFA President Todd Shirling to come and say some words.
Thank you, Mr. Premier, Mr. Speaker, the entire Legislative Assembly, fellow firefighters, and families. Good afternoon. It is both an honor and a solemn responsibility to stand before you today as we gather here at the BC Fallen Firefighter Memorial to pay tribute to courageous men and women who gave their lives in the line of duty. On behalf of the BC Professional Firefighters Association, I extend my deepest gratitude to you all for being here, as firefighters, families, friends, and community members. Your presence is a testament to the enduring legacy of those we have lost and the strength of the firefighting family. The individuals we honor today were more than just firefighters, though. They were loving parents, devoted spouses, caring siblings, proud children, dedicated mentors, and loyal friends. They answered the call to serve, fully aware of the dangers they would face. But when the alarm rang, they ran toward danger with an unmistakable purpose: to protect life, property, and our communities. In both wildland and structural firefighting, valor takes many forms, from scaling ladders in thick smoke to traversing steep terrain amid the roaring winds. These men and women displayed extraordinary determination, selflessness, and the kind of bravery that can never be truly measured by words alone. They knew the hazards, yet they forged ahead, driven by the profound desire to serve and protect. Today we reflect on the extraordinary bravery and unwavering commitment. Each name recognized here at this beautiful memorial reminds us that the spirit of firefighting is defined by compassion, unity, and a readiness to sacrifice for the greater good. It is our duty to ensure that this sacrifice is never in vain, and that their memories continue to guide our actions. To the families who bear the profound loss of these heroes, no words can truly ease your pain. Yet I hope you find comfort knowing that you will always be part of the firefighting family, and that your loved one's legacy will live through our stories in the fire stations, at the community gatherings, and on every call we answer. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Honourable Rash Johan, Speaker of the House, and the entire Legislative Assembly for placing the Wildland Firefighter plaque at the base of this beautiful monument. This kind gesture honors the brave individuals who dedicate themselves to protecting the communities and the natural landscapes they inhabit. And it reflects the deep appreciation we can all share for their sacrifices and commitment. And to the Gale family, our fellow wildland firefighters, we're honored to have you here with us today. Your presence underscores the unique dangers and the sacrifices faced by those who combat fires in our forests. Please know that you're an integral part of the firefighting community across this great province. Our hearts are with you in both grief and gratitude, and may you find strength and love and support of those around you, and in the lasting impact Devon has made in the firefighting community. As president of the BC Professional Firefighters Association and on behalf of all firefighters associations, I want to stress that this memorial stands for a call to action. It is our duty to do everything in our power to ensure that firefighters go home safely to their family at the end of each shift. This means raising and enforcing safety standards, reducing toxic and traumatic exposures, emphasizing early health screenings, enhancing mental health resources, and strengthening education and training. Each member named at this memorial is a solemn reminder why these initiatives are so essential. We owe it to our fallen brothers and sisters, to those who we continue to serve, to remain steadfast in our commitment to improving the safety and the well-being of our firefighters across this great province. In closing, I offer my sincere gratitude to the families, friends, and members and the community who stand with us here today. Thank you for supporting our mission, for sharing in our grief, and for helping keep the legacy of our fallen heroes alive. May we forever honor those who paid the ultimate price, and may their light continue to guide us as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, President Shirley. I'd like to invite the Leader of the Official Opposition, John Rustad, to come and share some words.
Thank you for the opportunity to be able to be here and to say a few words to so many men and women who provide us with that protection, who go every day to be able to make sure that we are all safe. When the call is there, they respond. And I can tell you that on behalf of the official opposition, I think on behalf of all all the members in the legislature, we want to thank all of you as members, but most importantly, we want to thank your families. I want to thank your families that hope and pray every day that if a call goes out, that they all are able to come back safe. You know, I think about, and I'm very pleased that the wildfire professionals are now included as part of this, and I want to thank the professional firefighters for recognizing that. Because you never know when situations can go wrong. And I want to tell a little bit of story from my own experience. I fought many wildfires when I was much younger. Went out and did that work out in the field. There was one fire in particular I was called to fight on, and it was on the edge of a cut block area. Trees were kindling. We were in fighting the fire, and the wind shifted. The fire swept behind us through the cut block, cutting off our escape access. We immediately grabbed our gear, we jumped in the van, and we drove as fast as we could through the only road through. And the heat being so intense, having to shield our face through the windshield because of the heat, knowing that if it carried on much longer, we may not make it through there. We were young at the time, didn't even think about just how dangerous a situation that really was. Fortunately, we were able to get through that and get out. But I know for many of the firefighters, whether it's in the wild or whether it's in the communities fighting fires, you never know when that situation may change. And I know the training is there, the professionalism is there, the approach is there to make sure that everybody is safe. But there will always be a risk. And I just want to thank all the members for taking that risk, for all the people that do this job on behalf of all of us across this province. Because it's just, in my opinion, you know, I remember being just a little kid and seeing firefighters and, you know, it's all the excitement and stuff around it. But the reality is, it is a very difficult and dangerous job. And so I think as legislators, we need to do everything we can to make sure that you have the equipment, that make sure that you have the standards, to make sure that you have the training, and to make sure that you have all of the support that you need so that everyone can come home safely. I just want to let you all that as legislatures, we have your back. We will do everything we can to be able to support you, support the work that needs to be done, and to the families that have lost them, that have lost loved ones, my condolences, my heart goes to you. And I'm so pleased to hear that their names will be memorialized, but also that their stories and their memories will be kept alive by our professionals that go day to day to make sure that the rest of us can be kept safe. Thank you so much for the work that you do, and thank you as well for being part of this memorial and being part of the memories of all those that have provided us with that service over so many years.
I'd also like to invite the interim leader of the official third party, Jeremy Valeria, to come and say some words.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you today on behalf of the Legislature's third party and the BC Green Caucus. I want to express my sincere gratitude to the firefighters who served and continue to serve our province every day. It's hard to express in words how thankful we are for the work, the sacrifice, and the bravery of firefighters and their families. Firefighting is more than a job, as you know. It's a life of service, a promise to put others before oneself, and to step forward when others step back, as has been said, to run towards when most of us would run away. And that choice, that courage, sometimes comes at the ultimate cost. So we gather here to remember and to honor 27 firefighters, brothers, sisters, loved ones who dedicated their lives to protecting others. Each of them made sacrifices in the line of duty. They answered the call with courage and commitment. Their ability to place the needs of others above their own is a debt we can't repay. Despite the risk to their lives and health, firefighters continue to display their unwavering bravery in the line of duty. And we know that the dangers firefighters face don't end when the flames are out. Cancer and cardiovascular disease are among the leading causes of firefighter deaths. Silent risks that follow them even after the last call is answered. We've learned much more about the deadly impact of forever chemicals known as PFAS, which for decades have been part of the very gear meant to protect you. More than just physical harm, the emotional and mental impacts of this work weigh on firefighters in ways we can't see, but that doesn't make them any less real. In reflection of these sacrifices, it's an important reminder of the continued work that needs to be done to ensure more firefighters can go home to their families every night. So today, as we honor those who we've lost, we must also commit to doing better for those who are still here, making sure they have the protection, the support, and the care they deserve. Because for all they do for us, we owe them more than gratitude. We owe them action. For all they do for us, we need to do more for them. This memorial is an important tribute to the work and lives of firefighters and serves to remind us how they gave their lives for the protection of ours. To the families who are here today grieving the loss of a loved one, please know you don't grieve alone. Your loss is felt by an entire province, an entire fire service family, and we won't forget. The names etched on this memorial are not just names, they are legacies. And legacies live on through the lives they touched, through the people who remember, and through the work we continue in their honor. To every firefighter who's put on that uniform, past, present, and future, thank you. Thank you for your bravery, your sacrifice, your unwavering dedication. Thank you for keeping us safe. Because of you, we all sleep better at night, and we promise never to take that for granted, and we are always grateful. Thank you.
Once I am done, finished with reading the firefighter's prayer, just a point of order for presenters and Bell Party. Just be prepared to move into position for once I'm done. Please join me for the firefighter's prayer. When I'm called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage. Give me strength to save a life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace a little child before it's too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert, to hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently to put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and to give the best in me, to guard my neighbor and protect their property. If according to your will I have to lose my life, bless with your protecting hand my loving family from strife. The fire service of today is ever-changing, but it is steeped in traditions, 200 years old. One such tradition is the sound of a bell. In the past, as firefighters began their tour of duty, it was the bell that signaled the beginning of that day's shift. Throughout the day and night, each alarm was sounded by a bell, which summoned the brave souls to fight their fires and place their lives in jeopardy for the good of their fellow citizen. When the fire was out and the alarm had come to an end, it was the bell that signaled to all the completion of that call. When a firefighter had died in the line of duty, it was the mournful toll of the bell that solemnly announced the comrade's passing. It is customary that the last alarm be sounded for a brother or sister who's paid the supreme sacrifice, for having selflessly given their lives for the good of their fellow human, their tasks completed, their duties well done. So I will be reading the names of our fallen in groups of 2. For each group of 2, there will be a single bell tolled. Following the reading of all names and the presentation of all flags, we will hear the bell toll 3 times. 3 rings of the bell 3 times. As a final alarm for our fallen. Fernan, Joseph, Prue, Coquitlam, Local 1782, Gordon, Chapman, Burnaby, Local 323. Ken R. Gisby, West Vancouver, Local 1525. Clifford N. Smith, Vancouver, Local 18. Francis Wolf, Prince Rupert, Local 559. Maurice Mo Conway, District of North Vancouver, Local 1183. William J. Wides, Vancouver, Local 18. Ronald Stubbings, Saanich, Local 967. Lance W. Cavan, Langford, Local 2848. Bruce S. Tebbett, Vancouver, Local 18. Ray Sawada, Burnaby, Local 323. Danny Kraft, Coquitlam, Local 1782. Devin Gale, BC Wildfire, BCGEU. Jim Moorer, District of North Vancouver, Local 1183. Douglas C. Gardner, Saanich, Local 967. G. Alex Matches, Vancouver, Local 18. Terry Bridge, Coquitlam, Local 1782. Ron J. Saanich, Local 967. Robert M. Tapella, Vancouver, Local 18. Alan Hokinson, University Endowment Lands, Local 901. Paul R. Gray, Whitehorse, Local 2217. Joseph Collins, Coquitlam, Local 1782. Ryan Wozniakowski, Surrey, Local 1271. Ronald S. Hedgedis, Vancouver, Local 18. Steen Pedersen Larson, Burnaby, Local 323. Doug Richin, Burnaby, Local 323. David Phillips, New Westminster, Local 256. We'll now have the last alarm. 3 rings of the bell, 3 times. Please rise for the last post. You may be seated for a few moments. I would once again like to thank the families of our fallen, the members of our provincial government, our BCPFFA executive, and all who have come to honor those whom we grieve. To all who have gathered, your presence is meaningful and your support is certainly felt. I'd like to extend an invitation for all to join us at the Crystal Garden over on Douglas Street. I would like to also draw your attention to this pin that I'm wearing. There's a black ribbon pin that will be seen on families of our fallen members. So if you see someone wearing that, it's either me or families of the fallen. And also to a white floral corsage that is on the widows or mother of the fallen. So you can pay appropriate respects. In a moment, we'll sing God Save the King, and that will conclude our ceremony. Once the song is finished, I ask for all non-parade members to remain standing in place until the parade is fully off site. Please stand for God Save the King.
Save our gracious King, long live our noble King. God save the King. Send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the King.
Short.